Oh! Today's Monday, and we're gonna start the day off by heading down to the beach and just relax. Isn't really as hot as it is in Greece, but definitely worth jumping into the water. Incredibly fun. The 500,000 subscriber jump.
Ja.
Okej, kör vi! Ja, det var inte så coolt!
Very, very cool.
I'm an old man now. I'm personally a huge coffee drinker in the morning, but Amanda, she doesn't like coffee. She's more into drinking energy drink, and her favorite is Monster Ultra Paradise. I do still drink Monsters though, but if I have to choose, coffee in the morning, definitely my favorite.
Riddare, jag ska ta det!
500 000. Yes!
Tack you, pappa!
Tack älskling!
Grattis!
I'm just gonna say cheers. And thank you for being here. That's gonna be the start of this entire speech that I'm gonna hold right now. 500,000 subscribers is incredibly surreal to me. And for some of you, it might not be anything huge, but for me, it's an immense milestone to reach. I'm thinking back to the time when I was sitting on DHL, watching Peter McKinnon, Casey, Matti Hapoya, and all the other big creators and thinking to myself that it would be so cool to be able to do what they do, you know? And to be in this position right now, 3 years later, is so incredibly surreal. And one of the biggest things for me is not the fact that there's so many of you that are subscribed to the channel, that's just completely amazing, but that I managed to achieve this by not speaking my mother tongue, which is Swedish. And I remember when I first decided to record videos in English, it felt so incredibly weird to speak to people that I knew spoke Swedish and then ask them things in English. And it also felt like I was doing this forced thing where I tried to sound very upbeat. I tried to have an American accent when I spoke, but it's also been such an incredible practice to do this, to be able to express myself in a second language and communicate in a way that I wish I could when I started. And so far, this entire journey has been such a wild ride. There's been so many things that has happened. Yeah, I'm probably gonna overuse the word surreal in this case, but it has been surreal and still is. And I still can't grasp the fact that I'm doing this as my daytime job. You know, when I was sitting in 8th grade and my teacher told me that, Peter, if you do not study and if you do not go to the classes, you will become absolutely nothing. You will have no income, you will struggle, you're gonna live on you know, government fundings all your life. And that is not something that you tell a teenage kid. That is something that you don't tell anyone, because those words are not only very down-putting, but coming from a teacher that was hurtful. But it also kind of made it feel like fuck you. You're not gonna tell me what I can and can't do and what I will and will not achieve. And even though it took me a very long time to find something that I enjoy to do and also have a lot of fun when I do, I still managed to pull through in a way and reach this point, I guess. And I know I talked in my previous video about why it's not too late to start a YouTube channel and why I think everyone should do it. And I still stick by those words because I wish that I could give this to you. I wish that you could feel how incredibly cool it is that something you create is appreciated by so many people, and they're even cooler that there's so many people out there that sticks by your side when you do something. That for me is such a mind-blowing experience that I am so humbled and grateful to be able to have. I'm very, very touched by reaching this number. I'm very touched about this entire thing, and it feels that I can't really put the words on the thing that I want to, even though I'm trying my best here. But I hope that wherever you are in the world and wherever kind of country that you come from, that you don't feel that your language is going to be the barrier between you and the world, because it's not. All that it requires is practice, determination, and consistency. As you probably know, one of my favorite quotes is, "Perseverance is the hard work that you do when all the hard work is already done." And I think that that quote kind of sums up my entire journey on YouTube, because I haven't really had anyone to share it with. I started this channel out on my own in a niche that I knew no one, like literally no one. There was no one around. All I did was watching these great creators, and the decision I made in 2019 to quit my daytime job was probably one of the worst decisions that I've made, but also one of the best decisions that I've ever made, because without it, I wouldn't be able to take all of those 8 hours a day and spend that into creating videos, get better at creating videos, practice my English and all that stuff, and just continue the journey of getting to this point. And I do know that the number itself, 500,000, might not be a number that anyone cares about except for me. But for me, it's so huge. And I really hope that if you think about starting a YouTube channel and give it a go and see how far you can come, that you do it, because you're not gonna regret it. It's gonna be a hustle, it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be tough, you're not gonna achieve success to begin with. But if you do, like if you get to that point where this can be your daytime job, how cool would that be? And would you really want to pass up on that opportunity? That is the question that you should ask yourself. And there's been so many times where I've been doubting myself and felt like I can't do this, but that is where you come in and has showed me that I can do it, you know? With your support, I can actually do this thing that was feeling very daunting. And I know that we have been through a lot, you know? We have been through the B-rolls, the cinematic tutorials like Final Cut Pro, there's everything. The coolest thing with the YouTube channel now is that I start to feel that it is evolving to something else. It is driving me into a different direction. Not totally away from the tutorials, because I still enjoy teaching, but more towards me instead of what I know. And that was also one of the main reasons why I started the vlog channel, because I kind of was doubting that you were here because of me and just because the things I knew, you know? But now, the last 4 videos has actually been performing way better than my previous ones, so the vlogs are here to stay. The tutorials are also going to stay. Everything else is going to stay as well. And I really hope that you are here to stay. And there's a couple of people that I really want to send a special thank you to. And the first of them is also my best friend, and that is my buddy Oscar, who's been in the poker B-roll, he's been in Rivals, he's been in Aftermath, and he's been such an overall cool dude with all this YouTube stuff. And to think that he hadn't been in front of the camera before I asked him to join in one of my videos is insane, because he's very, very good in front of the camera. The second one that I want to say a huge thank you to is Peter McKinnon. I don't know if you're gonna watch this ever, but if you do, huge thank you for all the inspiration that you sent to me when I was working on DHL, and same goes to Maddie. All those early mornings when I got to the job and just watched through your videos because of the time zone you uploaded in the middle of the night, and I was so eager to watch them, and then just sitting there thinking that I would want to do something like that myself. So thank you. I also want to say a huge thank you to James Matthews for just being an overall cool dude and one of the most amazing people out there. You're a huge inspiration to me. You are very good at what you do. I recommend you to follow him if you haven't, because he's awesome. I also want to say a huge thank you to Edwin for being around and helping me shoot my videos. But the absolute biggest thank you ever goes to my fiance Amanda for telling me back in 2018 that if you really want to become good at something, you have to do one thing, not 10. So focus on one thing and make sure that you become really good at that, and you'll achieve success.